France 24 Seema Gupta is standing by at the Vatican, and we can go across to her now. Seema, it's a very symbolic and solemn moment that's about to get underway where you are.
Yes, absolutely. In about an hour or so, we'll have the Cardinals moving from their residences, the Casa Santa Marta residences inside the Vatican, traveling that distance. It's about 1 kilometer or so to the Pauline Chapel in the Apostolic Palace. And then we will see that procession of these cardinal electors into the Sistine Chapel, looking at those frescoes by Michelangelo, and they will take their oath, and then begins the entire process to vote for the successor to Pope Francis. Now, to tell us more about who this possible successor could be, I'm joined here now by Philip Pullella. He's a long-time correspondent with Reuters covering the Vatican. Now, Philip, it's a fairly unpredictable choice that we face right now in terms of who could be the possible successor to Pope Francis, isn't it?
Yes, totally. I think one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, is because there are cardinals coming from more countries than ever before. I believe 70 countries or more. Many of them don't really know each other. That's one thing. They've tried to get to know each other in their various positions in these meetings, which have taken place and called the General Congregations, that took place after Pope Francis died. But that's not really a lot of time. Some of them have given speeches, which we heard from the little that is leaked out, that were very impressive. But really, nobody knows. There are front runners, but nobody really knows.
Okay, and I understand a lot of them are also doing this for the first time. But I also heard that there are attempts, or at least we understand some attempts to influence the actual vote that is going to take place. I mean, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, I mean, I think, and also compared to past conclaves that I've covered, it's intensified. I mean, it's not sort of direct interference, but there's sort of one conservative group of journalists who have been handing out a 200-page booklet with biographies on a number of candidates, I think about 30 cardinals, with their various positions, etc. The book is very conservatively slanted towards conservative opinion, and they've been handing it out or making it known. It's also online. Then there's obviously sort of less direct attempts to influence it by holding press conferences and things like that. And there's also been a few underhanded ways to try to influence the conclave. One was that there was a health scare against one of the involving one of the main candidates, that's Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin, that he had a health scare, that he needed medical help for an hour. It turned out to be completely false. And another one was digging out an old video of Cardinal Tagle of the Philippines singing a song, and that was also manipulated because some of the words in that song he actually did not sing. So there have been a number of attempts like that at influencing rather than interfering.
Okay, and you've covered this, as you mentioned, for many years. In your opinion, what are the main challenges facing whoever will take on this role and become the next pontiff?
I think undoubtedly the main challenge is that Francis he was admired, loved by many people. He was also very criticized by other people within the church. So he's leaving a church that is under all circumstances divided. So it depends on the person who's chosen, obviously. If a moderate candidate is chosen, then that job will be easier for that person. If someone who is slightly to the right or somewhat to the right or somewhat to the left or very to the left, that is going to be, the role as unifier is going to be much, much more complicated for that person. So it all remains to be seen. But I think the number one job is to try and unify a very divided church.
Well, thank you very much, Philip. There we had his insights on what could possibly come out of this conclave. But of course, now it's all in the beginning. We'll have to see how long it will take for them to actually get that white smoke coming out of that chimney above the Sistine Chapel. And all eyes are really on that for tonight and for the next few days. And for now, though, it's back to you in Paris.
Seema, thank you very much for that. Seema Gupta speaking to us there from Vatican City. And we will be bringing you the conclave once it does get underway at 4:30 p.m. Paris time. That's 2:30 p.m. GMT. Do join us then.